I was born with a curse.
Whoever I doom dies exactly as I say.
You'll be crushed into meat paste by a truck.
The words barely left my lips when a runaway summoned me. Later, at the orphanage, the director embezzled our food and locked me in the punishment closet for days.
You will choke to death on your own greed.
That very noon, he died at the dinner table, a chunk of expensive steak lodged in his throat. After that, I became the monster everyone feared. So I learned to shut my mouth and play mute, until the day the Sterling family found me and brought me home.
You're doing very well the past studies in your 6 months. You're going to start learning how to do business. In the future, you'll become an outstanding diz. Your younger sister would learn from you. By the way, our family is engaged in a marriage with the Blackstone family, and your fiancé's name is Julian.
But I'd only been there one day when I pushed open the front door and saw Lydia, the adopted sister, sobbing in my fiancé's arms.
Julian, does Everly hate me now?
She whimpered.
She's been spreading rumors at the office, claiming I slept with Mr. Harrington to secure the Westside Development deal, and that I caught syphilis from him.
My mother stormed over and slapped me hard across the face.
Your sister is innocent! How dare you spread such vile lies about her!
I knew it. You grew up poor and bitter, and now you're rotting from jealousy. Get to your room and don't come out until I say so.
I covered my face, saw the smug look in Lydia's eyes, and sneered.
You think I'm spreading rumors? Fine. Then you'd better be ready with the consequences when I open my mouth.
Mom, Dad, look! Evelyn's laughing!
My mother's chest heaved with fury, and she grabbed the teacup from the table and hurled the scalding liquid straight into my face.
You cursed brat! I should never have brought you back!
We gave you everything. Food, clothes, a home, and this is how you repay us? Slandering your own sister at the company. How can you be so vicious?
I bit down hard on my tongue until I tasted iron.
Evelyn, I told you from the start. You don't belong in the Sterling family, and you sure as hell don't deserve to be my fiancé. If Lydia hadn't begged me to give you a chance, I would have called off this engagement ages ago. Now get on your knees and apologize to her, or I'm ending this farce right now.
I lowered my head, staring at the puddle of tea soaking into the marble floor, and said nothing. My curse has always been absolute. Once I speak, fate obeys without fail. In the 6 months since they brought me home, the Sterlings gave me something I'd never had before: warmth. When I had a fever, my mother stayed up all night changing cold compresses on my forehead. My father, who never cooked, clumsily made me pork chops and gave me the first piece. Even my brother, who swore he'd never accept me, started sneaking pastries into my bag. My mother would stroke my face with tears in her eyes and whisper that she was sorry for the years I'd suffered alone. My father even drove me to the office himself, saying I needed to start building connections because one day the entire Sterling Empire would be mine. To protect this fragile sliver of warmth I'd finally found, I see—
Shouldn't have brought you back, you filthy charity case. It was Lydia who begged to be kind to you. She even gave up her own bedroom to you. And for the past 6 months, she's handed you every good thing she's ever had, and this is how you repay her? You ungrateful snake. Butler, lock this trash in her room right now. No one gives her a single drop of water without my permission, understood?
2 security guards rushed forward, dragged me upstairs. Every night, the maid would slide a single bowl under the door. Inside was nothing but cold leftovers and scraps. Outside, I could hear laughter echoing through the halls. The 4 of them, a perfect little family. Lydia made sure to parade Julian past my door every single day.
Julian, this watch is too expensive. Why don't you give it to Evelyn instead? I know you love me, but Evelyn is their real daughter, and she's the one you're technically engaged to. Maybe we should just end this. As long as I can see you happy from afar, I'd die 1,000 deaths and it would still be worth it.
Stop talking nonsense. That piece of trash they dragged back from the gullet isn't even worth carrying your shoes.
Just looking at her pathetic face makes me sick. Why the hell would I give her something this expensive?
Don't worry, Lydia. Even if I marry her, I'll never lay a finger on her. You're the only one I'll ever love.
I leaned against the door.
Wearing something that expensive to bed? Better be careful. You might wake up with a stiff neck.
The next morning, Lydia's shrieks tore through the hallway.
It hurts! My neck! I can't move it!
Then came my sister's panicked voice, followed by the frantic footsteps of the household staff, scrambling to help. I sat in the dark, eyes closed, a slow smile spreading across my face. On the 8th day, the lock finally clicked open. Lydia stood in the doorway, arms crossed.
Oh my god, Evelyn, you look like death. Did you really starve yourself just to guilt trip us? Come on, get up. Mom and Dad want you at the company. All you have to do is stand in front of everyone and admit you lied, apologize to me, and we can all move on.
I pushed myself to my feet and walked toward the door. The moment I reached the top of the stairs, Lydia leaned in close and whispered in my ear.
You poor little bastard. Did you really think you could steal my parents and my man?
I froze mid-step and turned to look at her. Lydia let out a blood-curdling scream.
Evelyn, no! I swear I won't take the inheritance from you!
Then she threw herself backward and tumbled down the stairs. Julian bolted toward the staircase.
Lydia!
And my parents and sister came running from every direction. Lydia lay crumpled at the bottom.
Julian, don't blame Evelyn. I just lost my balance.
You've lived in this house for over 20 years and never once fell down these stairs. There's no way this was an accident!
My mother flew up the steps and landed 2 brutal slaps across my face. I was so weak from starvation that the force sent me crashing to the floor.
How did we ever give birth to a monster like you?
I pressed my hand to my burning cheek and stared back at that. I let out a cold, humorless laugh.
If I really wanted to hurt her, I wouldn't need to lift a finger.
My brother's entire body shook with rage, and he kicked over a decorative plant stand.
Mom! Do you hear this? Do you hear what she's saying? Lydia's lying there in pain, and Evelyn has the audacity to double down on her threats! You're still refusing to admit what you've done? Stop pretending you have some kind of supernatural power, you delusional freak!
My father turned his face away, as if even looking at me disgusted him.
Get her out of my sight. Lock her back in her room now.
I struggled against the guard's grip and let out a sharp, bitter laugh.
You're all playing your parts so well. Just make sure she doesn't actually break a bone and pass out from the pain.
Lydia suddenly went rigid. Her head lolled forward, and she slumped, unconscious. My mother screamed.
Someone get her in the car! We need to get to the hospital now!
The guard scooped Lydia up and sprinted out the door, with my parents and brother racing after them. The roar of engines filled the courtyard, and within seconds, they were gone. I was thrown back into my room like garbage. A few days later, Lydia was discharged from the hospital. My parents shoved me into the car and dragged me straight to the Sterling Group headquarters. The normally spacious lobby was packed wall to wall with employees. My parents had summoned the entire company to publicly clear Lydia's name. On the massive LED screen in the center of the room, a video played on loop. Footage of Lydia handing out backpacks to underprivileged children in remote villages, and late-night shots of her working tirelessly on the West Side Development Project. My father stepped onto the platform, microphone in hand, his voice booming across the lobby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great misfortune to announce that we brought home a daughter of such rotten character.
Out of pure jealousy, she spread vicious, slanderous rumors about Lydia throughout this company. She has not only damaged our family's reputation, she has committed an unforgivable moral crime.
The employees, not knowing the full story, began whispering amongst themselves.
Once trash, always trash. Doesn't matter if you put her in a mansion. I heard she grew up in some backwater foster home. People from places like that are all liars and thieves. If she's willing to slander her own sister, there's nothing she wouldn't do.
Lydia, supported by Julian, walked up to me and held out a piece of paper. A printed confession titled Statement of Guilt and Apology.
Evelyn, I know why you did this. All you have to do is sign this, admit you lied, and apologize to me in front of everyone. Then I'll forgive you.
I stared at her smug face, my chest heaving with barely restrained rage.
I never said those things. But if I had said you slept with Mr. Harrington?
Before I could finish, Julian's polished Oxford slammed into the back of my knee. I collapsed onto the marble floor with a sickening crack. The employees around me erupted in laughter. Some even pulled out their phones, snapping photos and recording videos of my humiliation.
Karma's a bitch!
Shame tore through
Karma's
me like
a
serrated
bitch?
blade. And then...
Stop! Evelyn didn't lie, I can prove it!
Everyone froze. A young woman shoved
Stop.
her way through
Evelyn
the crowd.
didn't lie. I can prove it.
She is the intern I'd comforted on my first day at the office, who'd been crying in the break room after getting chewed out by her supervisor. She planted herself in front of me, her voice shaking but firm as she pointed at Lydia.
I saw it with my own eyes that night when we were working late.
Lydia got into Mr. Harrington's car, and they were in the back seat together.
The entire lobby went dead silent. Lydia's face drained of color, but she recovered quickly, throwing herself into Julian's arms and wailing at the top of her lungs.
Julian! How much did Evelyn pay this girl to lie for her? First she makes up disgusting rumors, and now she's bribing people to back her up? What kind of want this anymore? I just want to die.
The crowd's shock instantly morphed into contempt. Julian's expression darkened, glaring at the intern with pure hatred. He stepped forward and backhanded her across the face. The intern lost her balance and hit the floor hard, blood trickling from the corner of her mouth.
You've gone too far!
Fire her immediately! Blacklist her from every company in the industry. I want her name ruined!
4 security guards swarmed the intern, watching the girl who'd been beaten half to death for telling the truth. I bit down on my lower lip so hard that blood streamed down my chin, but I didn't even feel it. My trust in them shattered completely.
Mom, Dad, Evelyn must be doing this because she's terrified I'll steal her inheritance. I know she hates me. She's always hated me for taking away the life that should have been hers all these years.
She clutched my father's pant leg.
As long as you let me stay by your side, I'll be happy, even if it kills me.
Julian strode over, grabbed a fistful of my hair, and yanked my head up.
Everyone, take a good look at this vile excuse for a human being. Today, I, Julian Blackstone, am officially calling off my engagement to her. Next month, Lydia and I will be having the grandest wedding this city has ever seen.
My father stood on the platform like a judge, passing sentence.
If you don't confess and apologize right now, I will disown you in front of this entire company. You won't see a single share of Sterling Group stock. Not one.
Julian's designer shoe pressed down on the back of my hand. Sickening crunch was followed by a wave of agony that shot straight to my skull. Around me, the crowd roared with laughter, camera flashes exploding in my face. My parents' disgusted voices echoed in my ears. I closed my eyes. I opened my eyes slowly and spoke.
I'm going to ask you one last time. Are you absolutely certain you want me to stand in front of all these people and confess that I spread those rumors? Of course, you did it. Now own up to it.
My parents and Julian chimed in impatiently.
Stop wasting our time. Apologize already.
Fine. I confess.
I looked at their eager, self-righteous faces.
I said Lydia secured the Westside development deal by sleeping with Mr. Harrington, and I said she contracted syphilis from him. Not only that, but Lydia is now pregnant, and the baby is Mr. Harrington's.
The entire lobby fell deathly silent. Lydia froze for a split second.
You all heard that, right? She finally admitted it! She made it all up!
Julian let out a cold, mocking laugh.
What are you waiting for? Get on your knees and apologize now!
But just as she reached the peak of her victory, Lydia let out a blood-curdling scream and collapsed to the ground, clutching her groin. Blood began pouring down her legs.
Lydia!
Julian's face went white as a sheet, and he rushed to her side. The company's front doors exploded in them, glass and wood splintering everywhere. Mr. Harrington's wife, a massive and muscular woman with a crew of bodyguards, stormed into the lobby. He charged forward, grabbed her by the collar, and ripped her out of Julian's arms. Then he started throwing punches, one after another.
You seduced my husband!
He pulled a stack of medical reports from his jacket and slammed them onto the floor.
Everyone, look at this! My husband caught syphilis from this filthy parasite!
The lab results scattered across the marble. The words, Stage 2 syphilis, glaring up at the crowd in red ink. Julian's face turned ashen, and he staggered backward, staring at the papers in disbelief. Lydia was already barely conscious from the beating, blood streaming from her mouth.
Julian, it's not true. I don't have any disease. This is all Evelyn's doing. She hired actors to destroy me. She even faked these medical records. She's a monster. She'll do anything to frame me.
She sobbed hysterically. He looked at the medical reports, melted into pure rage, then at Lydia's tear-streaked face, and his doubt vanished entirely.
Get the hell off her!
Julian kicked Mr. Harrington's wife in the chest, and a swarm of security guards surrounded them.
If you touch my fiancé again, you're a dead man.
Then Julian spun around, his eyes blazing with fury as he glared at me.
Evelyn, do you ever stop?
You went so far as to hire actors and forge medical documents just to prove your disgusting lies? Lydia is clean. There's no way she'd ever catch something that vile.